The sun was merciless in Ravi's village. It cracked the earth open like old skin. Dust rose in every step, settling on rooftops, on sleeping dogs, on old men playing cards under banyan trees. It even found its way inside Ravi's house, which was more of a shelter for crumbling mud walls, patched roof tiles, and a broken wooden door that creaked when the wind passed. Inside that one-room house, a small fire crackled beneath an old vessel. Kamla, Ravi's mother, crouched beside it, stirring watery dal with torn fingers. The smell of smoke and hunger filled the air. Shambhu, her husband, walked in, shirt soaked with sweat and cement. "How was the site today?" Kamla asked, wiping her forehead. "More bricks. Less pay," Shambhu grunted, sitting heavily on the floor. "The contractor said he'll clear dues next week." Kamla sighed. She didn't expect miracles. At least today, they had some rice. In a corner, Ravi sat cross-legged, flipping through a tattered book. His eyes moved rapidly, his lips occasionally murmuring formulas. "Ravi," his father said gently, "come eat." "I will, Baba. Just let me finish this page." Kamla looked at him with pride and pain. Her boy was different. Where most kids ran through fields, climbed mango trees, or stole sugar canes from carts, Ravi was always reading, always thinking. "Do you even understand what you read?" she once asked him. "Not always," he had said, "but I will. One day, I'll understand it all." They didn't know where he got the books. Some he picked from garbage piles, some were gifted by a kind teacher, others he borrowed from the school library, kept like treasure. Every night, Ravi walked out with a small stool and sat beneath the only working street lamp near the tea shop. It was the village's favorite gossip spot. But Ravi wasn't interested in gossip. The tea seller, Munchie Chacha, once said, "What are you studying so hard for, Ravi?" Ravi didn't pause. "I want to be an IPS officer." Chacha chuckled. "You don't even have shoes, and you want to catch criminals." Ravi smiled. "That's why I study, so one day, I will have both." Title: From Rags to IPS, The Journey of Ravi. Scene 1. Born in dust and rise of a dream. 3000+ words. In the heart of rural India, where cracked mud roads snaked between scattered huts and buffaloes roamed freely, there lived a boy named Ravi. His home, a small thatched roof hut on the edge of the village, was built with more hope than bricks. His father, Harim, was a daily wage laborer, and his mother, Sita, stitched clothes for village women for mere rupees. Life was a daily battle for survival. They had only 2 meals a day, sometimes 1, and went to bed under the open sky in the sweltering summers. Ravi, the eldest of 3 siblings, often helped his father carry bricks at construction sites. Yet, his eyes always wandered toward the government school down the road, where children in blue uniforms read books he couldn't afford. From a young age, Ravi was curious. He would pick up torn pages from the trash bins outside the school and try to read them. He asked the older boys to teach him alphabets, numbers, and the magic of sentences. His fascination with learning was not nurtured by luxury, but born from the fire of deprivation. His village, isolated from the rest of the world, had one dusty road leading to a small town. Electricity was irregular, clean water was a dream, and aspirations rarely existed beyond finding a permanent job in the city. But Ravi was different. One evening, while helping his father build a wall for the village landlord, Ravi noticed a white SUV drive in. A tall man in a brown uniform stepped out, and everyone immediately stood up straight. Children stopped playing, men saluted, and even the landlord's arrogant tone softened. Ravi watched in awe as the man gave firm instructions and walked with authority. "Who is he?" Ravi asked. "IPS officer, District SP," the tea seller replied. Ravi's eyes widened. The officer walked past with firm steps, speaking to the local police constable. His polished shoes made a crunching noise against the gravel road. Ravi watched every detail: the brass badges, the clean crease in his uniform, the way people treated him with respect. That night, Ravi lay on the floor beside his siblings and stared at the roof. Rainwater leaked from a small hole, dripping onto the floor in rhythmic drops. He whispered to the darkness, "One day, I'll wear that uniform. One day, people will salute me. His mother, half asleep, murmured, "Sleep, Beta. Dream tomorrow." "No, Ma. This dream starts tonight." From that day, something changed in Ravi. His morning routine began earlier. He would wake up before sunrise, help his mother fetch water, then rush to school. In the afternoon, he worked at the fields. At night, he studied till his eyes burned. His teacher at school, Mr. Qureshi, noticed the change. "Ravi, you look tired," he said one morning. "I'm fine, sir. Your marks are improving. I'm going to be an IPS officer." His second-hand bookstore smelled of old paper and hope. Shelves were stacked with worn-out books that had passed through many hands. Ravi looked around, wide-eyed. His fingers gently traced the edges of the books as if they were holy scripts. The shopkeeper, an old man with thick glasses and a gruff voice, asked, "What are you looking for?" "Books to prepare for the UPSC exam," Ravi replied. The man stared. "That's quite a goal for someone so young." "I want to be an IPS officer." The man nodded slowly and reached behind the counter, pulling out a stack. "These helped another boy from a nearby village. Maybe they'll help you too." Ravi carefully picked through the collection and paid from the cloth bundle. As he walked home, dust swirling around his ankles, he carried the books like treasures. That night, his mother made sweet roti rare in their household. "For your books," she said, smiling. Ravi's days became routine yet remarkable. School, work, study, sleep, repeat. He marked calendars, watched motivational interviews on borrowed phones, and wrote goals on scraps of paper taped to the walls. He built a small corner in their hut, his study zone. A stool, a cloth-covered box as a table, a lantern, and his books. Villagers began noticing. Some admired, some mocked, some warned him. "Don't waste your youth," one elder said. "You'll only break your heart." But Ravi didn't stop. Years passed. He cleared his 10th grade exams with distinction. His school principal called his name at the annual function, the first time someone from Ravi's background had topped. The applause felt like the first step of a 1,000-mile journey, but challenges grew. College fees, entrance preparation, language barriers, lack of internet. Ravi started working full-time after school, carrying sacks, washing dishes at roadside dabas, and tutoring younger kids. Every rupee went into his dream. At night, he cried silently, sometimes from exhaustion, sometimes from fear. "What if I don't make it?" His mother once found him asleep on his book, tears dried on his cheeks. "Even if you fall," she whispered, brushing his hair, "you'll fall higher than those who never tried." Scene 1 ends with Ravi's first registration for the UPSC preliminary exam. He travels to the city with a friend, clutches the admit card like gold, and walks into a sea of thousands of hopefuls. The guard at the gate looks at his torn slippers and laughs. Ravi meets his eyes. "These slippers will walk me to success." He walks in.